Good morning, students. Welcome to English Year Learning Program. This is your Nageswaran. In the previous session, we have discussed the two conditional classes, that is zero conditional and the first conditional. Now, this session brings you the remaining two conditional classes, that is the second conditional and third conditional. Let us begin this session with the second conditional classes. Come on, let's go. The third one is second conditional. Second conditional, it is otherwise called imaginary conditional. Imaginary conditional. Okay. What type of ideas and what type of rules or what type of necessary situations come under the category of second conditional or imaginary conditional? Improbable situations now or in future, or unlikely situations, or hypothetical situations, or the situation that can be happened only in our imaginations can be done in this category. Okay, you cannot predict the result that can be happened in future or immediately. The chances of happening that result is just 50%. Remaining 50% cannot be happened. You cannot predict that because the situations may be like this. Okay, let me give you the example which is given in your textbook. The example is, if I won a lottery, I would travel a lot. If I won a lottery, I will travel a lot. Analyze this sentence. The verb applied here is in verb 2, that is past simple 1. The result has would plus verb 1. Okay, analyze the sentence form. The condition is in past simple. The result is in would plus verb 1. Okay. This type can be written as would plus verb 1. Verb 2 plus would plus verb 1. This type of combination is applied in second conditional. Okay. Imagine it is not happening now, or it will not happen in future. You cannot predict that. Okay. You can imagine this situation in your imaginations only. Okay, right. That may be happening in future, but you cannot assure that situation. You cannot assure the result, even the result. Okay, right. If it is happening in your imagination only, you think that. If I think that if I won a lottery, I would travel a lot. Okay, right. Let me give the next example. If they sold their houses, they would be rich. If they sold their houses, they would be rich. Analyze the verb. Sold is in verb 2, that is past simple, and the result has would plus verb 1 or would plus verb. You cannot call this verb 1. For better understanding, I have written this as a verb 1. It seems like a present simple, but it is in the base form. So better we must call this as simply verb. would plus verb. Likewise, would plus verb. The verb should be in base form only. That is why I have written be. Be is the base form of the be verbs. What are the be verbs? Am, is, or, and, was, were. These 5 verbs are called be verbs because the base form of these 5 is be. Okay, right. So the birthplace is be. That is why it is called base form. Okay, that is why I have written simply verb. Would plus verb. Okay, right. So the pattern of second conditional or imaginary conditional is verb to plus would plus verb. The conditional should be written in simple past and the result should be written in would plus verb 1. Okay, right. So let me take you to the last conditional class. The last conditional is third conditional. Third conditional classes are unfulfilled conditional. Third conditional or unfulfilled conditional. What ideas or what type of condition or what type of necessary situation should be written in this category? A different past. Imagining a different past. Thinking about the actions which happened in your past that should not have happened, or thinking about the actions that did not happen in your past should have happened. Okay, this type of imagination, this type of situations can be written in this third condition. Here, the chances of the result is 0. Understand clearly? The chances of the result is 0 because you cannot go back into your past days. You cannot rub anything that happened in your past. Okay, that is why this type of imagination is called unfulfilled condition. You cannot fulfill that actions. Okay, right. Let me give you the examples which are given in your textbook now. The example is, if you had studied, you would have passed the exam. If you had studied, you would have passed the exam. Analyze the verb group here. In subordinating class or in conditional, the verb applied here is past perfect. Past perfect because the verb pattern is had plus verb 3. Had plus verb 3, this is called past perfect. And the result should be written in would have plus verb 3. Okay. Would have plus past participle. Would have plus past participle. Past participle is otherwise called verb 3. The third form of a verb. The third form of a verb is called verb 3 or otherwise it is called past participle. This past participle must be followed by would have. Okay, right. Analyze the verb pattern here. Past perfect plus would have plus past participle. This type of combination must be written in third conditional. Okay, so you are imagining about your actions that happened in your past. If you had studied, you would have passed the exam. But the action which actually happened in your past is you did not study. The action which happened really in your past is you did not study. That is why you did not pass. Can you understand? You did not study in your past days. That is why you did not pass the exam. So, you are thinking about that action must have happened like this. The action which happened in your past, what happened? You did not study, you did not pass. So you are imagining that that action must have happened like this sentence. That is, if you had studied, you would have passed the exam. So actually, what happened that you did not study, that is why you did not pass. Okay. Let me give another example. That is, if I hadn't been sick, I would have gone to your party. Now is this? If I hadn't been sick, I would have gone to your party. Right. Same condition applied here. The condition applied here is hadn't been sick. Analyze the verb here. Had plus not plus been. Been is the verb 3 of. That is past participle of the verb be. Okay. So the verb applied here is in past perfect. Okay, past perfect. The result is in would have plus verb 3. Okay, would have plus verb 3. That is would have plus past participle. Would have plus past participle. Okay, right. So here, what actually happened? I was sick. What happened in my past days? I was sick. That is, I felt sick. That is why I did not go to the party. Analyze this. I was sick in my past days. That is why I did not go to your party. Now, I think that actions should not have happened in my past days. Okay, that is why I am thinking now. I am imagining now, I had not been sick. If I had not been sick, I would have gone to your party. But I cannot go back to my past days. I cannot rub anything. What happened in my past? Okay, but I can think this situation in my imagination. Okay, right. That is why this is called unfulfilled condition. Okay. So unfulfilled condition must have the verb pattern of past perfect and would have plus past participle. Okay, right. Let us recall all these 4 conditional classes in a nutshell now. A conditional class is nothing but a class which has a condition or which has a rule that must be followed by everyone, or which has a necessary situation that must exist in order for something else to happen. Okay, and this condition must have a result. This type of combination is called a conditional class. Right. This conditional class can be divided into 4. The first one is 0 conditional, which has the rule, which has the combination of present simple in condition and the same tense form, that is present simple in the result. Okay, this is condition and this one is result. Okay, so the condition should be in present simple and the result also should be in present simple in 0 condition. What ideas can be written in 0 conditional? Universally accepted one, a scientific truth, or a proverb. These can be written in 0 conditional. Okay. The first conditional. Next one is first conditional or open conditional. The tense form applied here in condition is the same. That is present simple plus the tense form should be applied in the result is will or won't plus verb. Verb 1, it is otherwise called base form. Okay, right. Next, the ideas that should be written in the first conditional is a possible situation, a possible result that will certainly will happen in future. The chances of happening this situation is 90%, whereas here there is the chances of happening in 0 conditional is 100%, whereas the chances of happening in the first conditional is 90%. Okay, right. Next, second conditional or imaginary conditional. The tense form applied in condition is past simple and the result has would plus verb, that is the base form or verb 1. Okay, what type of ideas should be written in the second conditional? That can be happened in your imaginations only. You can imagine as so and so. You can imagine a situation that should be happened in future. Okay, right. The chances of happening this second conditional is 50%. Why? Because if I tell I would eradicate the poverty if I were a minister. Analyze this sentence. If I were a minister, I would eradicate the poverty. It is in the second conditional. The chances of happening this type of action is only 50%. But you cannot say I will surely become a minister, or you cannot refuse that I cannot become a minister. There is a chance. Okay, right. Whereas if I tell like this, look at the next example. If I had the wings, I would fly all over the world. Analyze this sentence. If I had the wings, I would fly all over the world. Will this situation or will this idea happen in future? Is there a chance to have wings? No. Okay. I cannot have the wings now or even in future. This cannot be happen. Okay. Right. So the chance of happening this situation is only 50%. It is based upon your imagination. Some kinds of imaginations may happen in future, but some kinds of imaginations cannot be happen now or even in future. Okay, right. Next, the last one is third conditional or unfulfilled conditional. The verb pattern is past perfect. The condition has the verb pattern of past perfect, and in the result we must have would have plus past participle. Okay, past perfect, that is had plus verb 3, here would have plus verb 3. Okay, this kind of combination must be followed in the third condition or unfulfilled condition. What type of imaginations can be returned here? The actions which happened in your past that should have not happened, or thinking about the actions which did not happen in your past that should have happened. Okay, these kinds of imaginations can be returned in the third conditional. You cannot change the actions which happened, which used in the third conditional. So the chances of getting the result of this conditional is 0. There is no chance at all. You cannot rub or erase the actions which happened in your past. Okay, nobody can the ability to do this. Right. Okay, these are the 4 conditional classes: 0, first, second, and third conditional classes. Dear students, with this, let me wind up this session. Take your textbook. Refer at page number 116. There given many examples. Analyze all those examples, and followed by that there are many exercises. So do all those exercises by your own, and in the next session we can analyze all the remaining exercises which are given in your textbook. Okay, right students, take care, practice all these exercises without fail. Meet you in the next session. Take care. Thank you very much.